Hey, what is going on, guys? Hex coming back into the brand new video, and as always in the title below will be this topic we are talking about today, and we're going to be doing reviews since I haven't caught up to those two reviews, and I know, yes, the other episodes will be out in like the next hour and a half, but I want to get these two episodes out, so maybe I bring something to your attention, maybe you guys can help me out, because there's a lot of things to talk about, but first off, will there be a season 3? Judging by the way this is ending, yeah, there's a shit ton of stuff. One, Dirk Epperlin, what the hell's going on with that? What's going on with the Fiesta mascot dude that won it last year, something like that? I don't think it said his name yet. Still, I don't even fucking know. We just got this Jules' Homeland, which Jules' Homeland, that was nothing like I expected. Like, it looks like a stair whenever you're actually in the city. Like, that was cool. That was unique. And there's a lot of things going on with that they have to fix still. And at the same time, there's new characters being implemented. The Grips Fiesta, that's something that's huge. That's a whole other thing. Like, the way they keep talking about it, it seems as if they're definitely going to show us, them competing in it. At least it seems that way. So I mean, that's a lot of stuff. So if I had to say, yeah, I mean, if it would end, if the next episode is the last, like, judging by what they're doing right here, look, they intend to have at least a third season, maybe even a fourth. The way, all these freaking things, that plot points that still need to be touched on. I mean, now they have assassins after Ayato and Julius, I believe, too. There's just so many things that they still have to do. And before we fully dive into the episode 10 review, I would like to say I love the diversity in Ayato's attacks. Like, literally, he has like 12, 13, 14, 15 attacks that we've seen. Like, there's so many different grappling moves, sword techniques. He just has so many freaking different attacks, and that's awesome because you don't see that with characters, period. I mean, like in Ichigo, for example, all he has is Getsuga that we see besides what I heard in the new manga, but that's like 2 attacks, I think. So, I mean, I think Natsu and Fairy Tail has like 5. Naruto has like, oh, heck, he has like a little bit more, like 5, 6, but he only uses like Rasengan most of the time, or Shadow Clone. There's just so many different attacks that I really like about this main character that I don't see in a lot of other main characters. But those 3 are probably the best examples I could give you guys. Now, we find out Julius, obviously, she went to Fiesta. She can help that orphanage. The orphanage is, it's good to go. Now we find out there's a lot of disparity throughout her country. Like, what was it? It was the foundation, or the integrated enterprises basically made a puppet country, and it kind of like patrols her country, and it results in part of her country like being in disparity poor. Housing is basically rubbish buildings that could collapse in a second, and I really like that. Now, Claudia, there's so many things about Claudia we are looking to find out. The first time I saw her on a phone call when she's doing the sound only, she's talking to Yukine, I think his name is. I can't remember. It's a reporter kid. But obviously, what we found in an episode before this at the end, there's a shit ton of stuff we don't know about him. He actually kills that one guy that captured Flora. So Claudia really needs to open up, and we need to find out what the hell is going on with her, because she's about to get someone killed, and yeah, she's probably doing it all for her mother. She wants to make sure her mother is an executive. She's probably caught in between, does my mother really care about me, or does she just care about being an executive? Unlike Karine Toto finds out, I love my parent, but he's not in this for me, and I hope Claudia does the same, because I really think that's the thing that's holding her back. Now, we also did have an attacker at the end of episode 10, and leading into episode 11, we find out he's part of J Dusk, which is actually a terrorist organization, I believe. It wasn't anti-terrorist, it was a terrorist organization that works for Asterisk, and apparently he's joined up with them, and he used to just be basically a criminal, but apparently he's joined up with them. So I'm just kind of like, how does Claudia know that? Once again, she has to open. If she does not open up, she's gonna get people killed. She's gonna get people hurt. I think it's gonna come to the point she's gonna get people hurt, captured, and then she's finally gonna break down, say I'm sorry, blah blah blah. It's gonna be one of those kind of moments, which I'm just foreshadowing. It kind of seems like it's gonna be that way. It's kind of obvious, I think, but I'm really wondering why Claudia wants to be in that Grips Fiesta, and that's cool that there's a lot of different Fiestas. There's like 3 other ones. I think there's like 4 total, something like that. I'm not sure, but I just really thought that was cool. I wonder why. I hope they do animate that 5v5. That'd be really cool to see 5v5. That's a lot of animation though, so I'm just wondering what they're gonna do with this, and that'd be badass. That squad that they have would really be badass to see. So I saw this coming in episode 10, and Julius's brother actually asked Ayato to marry Julius, or else, it's kind of funny. It's all comedy, but then he's like, or else the same thing happened to him is gonna happen to Julius, and you kind of get that, that undertones of Julius's brother's kind of just he's a true royalty douchebag kind of guy, but he actually really does care about his sister. But at the same time, he knows he's perfect for the integrated enterprise foundation. He knows that he's basically a puppet, but he just does his own thing because he doesn't care about politics and whatnot. He just simply doesn't care, but at the same time wants to keep him safe, his sister safe. That's kind of what I got from that. Besides, I know for a fact he wants to keep his sister safe, but he tells Ayato and Jules to hold up because he said there was two things. And the other thing being her pulling out of the Grips Fiesta, which he didn't want her to surpass him in popularity throughout the kingdom, because then he would be nothing. It'd be kind of a past event, and she would be right to the throne, which that would put her probably in danger because of her ideals of making her country better, getting rid of the disparity, making everybody live equally happy, and have money. So he's really put in a hard situation. But touching on the fact that Julius would be an integrated enterprise, maybe she would be selected a husband, like that kind of made me, I was like, whoa, wait a minute, really? I was like, okay, so this isn't as much of a joke as I thought it would be, like a generic kind of thing. You need to marry this person and do it because you guys are partners and you want to feel together and it's obviously like each other. It was really like, you need to do this or you're going to be miserable the rest of your life. So at first I thought it was the integrated foundation that actually took Jules' friend away that we saw in the orphanage, because then we see a flash. I thought she was dead at first, but then we see a flashback and it's kind of like she had taken away in the limo. I was like, oh, the Enterprise got her. I was like, no, it seems as if it's Dirk Eberlin, because I'm pretty sure Oelia, I'm pretty sure that's this girl. She has white hair now, but I'm pretty freaking sure, because Jules even says, come back, Oelia. And then you see Dirk Eberlin call her and say, hey, come back. What part of not leave the lab do you understand? She's definitely been brainwashed. Her power is so, what's the word I'm looking for? It's so it's so freaking like weird, I guess is the best way to say it. No, it's unorthodox. It's not the typical power that you would see. It's just like, what the hell is that? It reminds me a lot of Zero and Fairy Tail. His power, it really does. Yeah, that's a perfect example. Really, it's just unorthodox, weird, and I think Ayato had a plan. Whenever I'm about to look at the way he looked at her, and she looked at him, and it looked like he had a plan. Whenever he was kind of trapped and looked like he could have died right there, but I'm pretty sure Ayato had a plan. He had some of his move. I don't know if he's gonna use their power against her or what, but he definitely had some of his sleeve, judging by the look on his face. At least I feel like that. But Dirk Ebelin's always playing a role, it seems like, and I don't know. This is the school's #1 apparently. Why was she in the Fiesta? Would people expect, hey, Dirk Ebelin's up to no good? He's doing lab things because this power is not freaking real. Like, it's crazy. It's madness. I mean, I just don't understand this. But once again, we see that one guy, and I can't remember his name. Claudia knows his name. I can't remember what the hell his name was, but once again, Claudia knows a lot for. Oh, like, I like Claudia. Don't get me wrong. Like, when it comes to looks, Claudia's there, but she's ended up getting people hurt, and that's it's starting to get on my nerves. Like, she needs to just come out and say what's on her freaking mind. Cause whenever she's talking to that one reporter, once again, or Yabuki, I think that's his name actually. Says, excuse me for calling him whatever the fuck I called him earlier, and excuse my language, but. Or if she's saying she wasn't going to give up and she's like blushing. Is she talking about Ayato? Does she need to try to get with Ayato too for some sort of reason? Like, I just don't know what's going on. I'm so happy I waited 2 weeks to watch all these episodes because each one's a cliffhanger. It's kind of like, oh my god, what's going to happen next? And I'm freaking glad it's going to be coming out like the next hour and a half. Like, I'm sorry it's that late, guys, but gosh, damn, I'm so happy I'm just watching it now. But as always, be sure to leave a like, a comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Hex25. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.